Good morning, friends. My name is Deepak Sharma, and today we discuss about the sound and noise. Now, first we discuss about the introduction of sound. Sound is produced when a body vibrates and it reaches us through the vibration of particles of surrounding medium. Thus, sound waves necessarily require a medium for their propagation. The transfer of energy by the waves is through the vibration of the medium particles about their mean position. When the medium particles vibrate, there is a change of kinetic energy into potential energy and vice versa. So, sound waves are also called the elastic or mechanical waves. When sound waves travels in a medium, the maximum displacement of the particle on either side of mean position is called amplitude of the wave. Time taken by the particle to complete one vibration is called the time period of the wave. The number of vibration in 1 second is called the frequency of the wave. The distance traveled in one time period of vibration is called the wavelength, and distance traveled by the wave in 1 second is called the wave velocity. Relation between wave velocity, frequency and wavelength is V is equals to F into lambda. Now we discuss about the frequency dependent human response to sound. When a vibrating body causes vibrations in the particles of the surrounding medium which travels in the form of waves with a certain speed depending upon the density and elasticity of the medium. These vibrations reach our ear. The sound is heard. Our ears are sensitive only to a limited range of frequency from 20 Hz to 20,000 Hz is called audible range of frequency. The sound of frequency above 20,000 Hz is called ultrasonic, while the sound below 20 Hz is called infrasonic. Both are inaudible to human beings. This depend upon the following characteristic of the sound. Two sounds can be distinguished from one another by the following three different characteristics: loudness and intensity, pitch and quality. Now first we discuss about the loudness and intensity. Loudness is the characteristic by virtue of which a loud sound can be distinguished from a faint one. Both having the same pitches and quality, it is depend upon the amplitude of the wave. Intensity. The intensity of a sound wave at a point of the medium is the amount of sound energy passing per second normally through a unit area of that point. Its unit is watt per meter square. Greater the energy carried by a sound wave, greater is the intensity of the sound. The intensity of a sound wave is proportional uh, to first the square of the amplitude of vibration, second the square of frequency of vibration, and third density of air, and fourth velocity of sound in air. Factors affecting the loudness of sound. The loudness of sound depends upon the following five factors. Loudness is proportional to the square of the amplitude. Loudness varies inversely as the square of the distance from the source. Loudness depends upon the surface area of the vibrating body. Loudness also depends on the density of the medium, and loudness depends on the presence of resonant bodies. Now, we discuss about the relationship between loudness and intensity. Although loudness depends upon the intensity, but loudness is not same as intensity. Intensity is a measurable quantity, while loudness is sensation. The relationship between the loudness and intensity is L is loudness is equals to K into log 10 I. That where K is the constant of proportionality. Therefore, loudness is increases with the increase in intensity, but not in the same proportion. The unit of loudness is phone, and the level of loud sound is expressed in decibel. Now the second characteristic is pitch. It is that characteristic of sound by which an acute note can be distinguished from a grave note of same loudness. Pitch is considered of sound only in reference to the musical sounds. Each musical note has a definite pitch. If the pitch is high, the sound is shrill, and if the pitch is low, the sound is flat. Pitch of a note depend on its frequency and is not same as the frequency and is not same as the same frequency. The pitch depends on the sensation as perceived by the listener. On the other hand, frequency is a measurable quantity. Third characteristic is quality. It is that characteristic which distinguish the two sounds of the same loudness and same pitch but emitted by two different instruments because of change in their waveform. The quality of musical sounds depends on the waveform. Now we discuss about the sound pressure dependent human response. Sound pressure as the difference between the actual instantaneous pressure due to sound and the atmospheric pressure, and it is also measured in Pascal. However, sound pressure has usually a value much smaller than one corresponding to the atmospheric pressure. For instance, unbearably loud sounds may be around 20 Pascal and just audible ones may be around 20 micropascal. This is much the same as the case of some gentle ripples on the surface of a swimming pool. It is not the magnitude the only difference between atmospheric pressure and sound pressure. Another important difference is that atmospheric pressure changes very slowly, whereas sound pressure changes rapidly, alternating between positive and negative values at a rate of between 20 and 20,000 times per second. This rate is called frequency and is expressed in hertz, a unit equivalent to cycle per second. In order to reduce the amount of digit, frequencies above 1000 Hz are usually expressed in kilohertz, abbreviated kilohertz. 1 kilohertz is equals to 1000 Hz. Now, relationship among sound power, sound intensity and sound pressure level. So first we discuss about the sound power. Sound power or acoustic power is the rate at which sound energy is emitted, reflected, transmitted or received per unit time. It is defined as through a surface, the product of sound pressure and the component of the particle velocity at a point on the surface in the direction normal to the surface integrated over that surface. The SI unit of sound power is watt. It relates to the power of the sound force on a surface enclosing a sound source in air. For a sound source, unlike sound pressure, sound power is neither room dependent nor distance dependent. Sound pressure is the property of the field at a point in space, while sound power is a property of a sound source, equal to the total power emitted by the source in all directions. Sound power passing through an area is sometimes called sound flux or acoustic flux. Mathematically, it can be shown as P is equals to F dot V, where F is equals to A into P into U dot V APV as shown in equation first, where F is the sound force of unit vector U, V is the particle velocity of projection V along U, A is the area, V is the sound pressure, P is the sound pressure in a medium. The sound power is given by P is equals to AP square cos theta divided by rho C as shown in equation second, where A is the area of the surface, rho is the mass density, C is the sound velocity, theta is the angle between the direction of propagation of the sound and normal to the surface, and P is the sound pressure. Now we discuss about the sound power level or acoustic power level. It is a logarithmic measurement of the power of a sound relative to a reference value. Sound power level denoted by LW and measured in decibel is defined by the equation third as shown in equation third, where P is the sound power, P naught is the reference sound power, 1 NP is equals to 1 is the Napier, half a log 10 is the bell, half 1 dB is equals to 1 by 20 log 10 is the decibel. Relation between sound power and sound intensity. Sound power is related to sound intensity as follows: P is equals to AI, where A is the area and I is the sound intensity. Relation between sound power and sound pressure. Sound power is related to the sound pressure as follows, shown by the equation number 5, where AS defines the area of the surface that wholly encompasses of the surface. This surface may be any shape, but it must fully enclose the source. In the case of a sound source located in free field position over a reflecting plane in air at ambient temperature, the sound power level at distance r from the sound source is approximately related to the sound pressure level as shown by the equation number 6, where LP is the sound pressure level, A naught is equals to 1 meter square, 2 pi r square defines the surface area of hemisphere, and R must be sufficient that the hemisphere fully encloses the source. Now we discuss about the sound intensity. Sound intensity, also known as acoustic intensity, and it is defined as the power carried by sound waves per unit area in a direction perpendicular to that area. The SI unit of intensity which includes sound intensity is the watt per square meter. Yeah, watt per meter square. Mathematically, it can be shown as sound intensity denoted by I is defined as I is equals to P into V as shown in equation number 7, where P is the sound pressure, V is the particle velocity. Both I and V are vectors, which means that both have a direction as well as magnitude. The direction of sound intensity is the average direction in which energy is flowing. The average sound intensity during the time is given by the as shown in equation number 8. Also by the equation number 9, where mu is the frequency of sound, delta is the amplitude of the sound wave particle displacement, rho is the density of medium in which sound is traveling, and c is the speed of sound. Sound intensity level. Sound intensity level or acoustic intensity level is the level of the intensity of a sound relative to a reference value. It is denoted by Li, expressed in Nappers, Bels and decibels, and defined as shown by the equation number 10, where I is the sound intensity, I naught is the reference sound intensity, 1 NP is equals to 1 is the Napper, 1B is equals to half log 10 is the Bell, and half 1 dB is equals to 1 by 20 log 10 is the decibel. These are some relations. Now we discuss about the sound pressure. Sound pressure or acoustic pressure is the local pressure deviation from the ambient atmospheric pressure caused by a sound wave. In air, sound pressure can be measured using a microphone, and in water with a hydrophone. The SI unit of sound pressure is the Pascal. Mathematically, it can be shown as a sound wave in a transmission medium causes a deviation in the local ambient pressure. A static pressure sound pressure denoted by P and is defined as shown by the equation number 11, which shows that P total pressure is equals to static pressure plus pressure, where P total is the total pressure and P stat is the static pressure. Now we discuss about the noise. So first we discuss about the introduction of noise. Noise is an unwanted sound just to be unpleasant, loud or disruptive to hearing. From a physics standpoint, noise is indistinguishable from sound as both as vibrations through a medium such as air or water. The difference arises when the brain receives and perceives a sound. Now we discuss about the auditory and non-auditory effects of noise. Noise is a pervasive in everyday life and can cause both auditory and non-auditory health effects. Noise-induced hearing loss remains highly prevalent in occupational settings and is increasingly caused by social noise exposure. Example, through personal music players. Now we discuss about the harmful effects of noise. Following are the harmful effects of noise: physiology effects, psychology effects, loss of hearing, annoyance, health effects, interference with communication, working efficiency, etc. Now we discuss in detail. Like first, physiology effects. Acute effect caused by noise depend on the pressure and frequency. At 150 dB decibel, immediate permanent hearing impairment. 120 to 150 effect on respiratory system, dazzling, disorientation, loss of physical control, stress, nausea, vomiting. 70 dB can measurable physiology effect. Loud sound, secretion of many hormones at the pituitary glands, adrenocorticotropic hormones ACTH, turn stimulated adrenal gland and that trigger, and enhancement of sensitivity, blood sugar, suppression of immune system, decreasing the efficiency of liver to detoxify blood. Psychological effect. Temporary effects. These are temporary effects such as deterioration in concentration and mental disorientation at high noise level. More load reduces working efficiency, interfere of communication, increase the frequency may accident, reduce mental capability, emotional stability, contribute to distress, emotional disturbance, aggressive, any existing psychological condition and mental illness. Loss of hearing due to exposure of noise, which termed as artificial hearing loss. First, noise induced temporary threshold shifts NITTS due to exposure to loud noise. like bursting of crackers, recovered in a short time of period. Noise induced permanent threshold shifts because of exposure to loud noise for long period time. Annoyance. Subjective matter of sound and noise. Someone may like classical music, it may annoy others. Annoyance is felt about 75 to 85 dB. Blood vessels get constricted, breathing rate effective. Health effects. Effects on physical health. Auditory effects, short time and long time effects. Acoustic trauma due to high intensity impulsive noise of about 150 dB or more. And non-auditory effects, exposure to loud noise increasing pulse rate and blood pressure change. Effect on mental health, lack of concentration at high noise. Effect on mental health, lack of concentration at high noise level and mental disturbance. Interference with communication. Background noise affect the efficiency of offices, schools and other places where communication is vital importance. External sound also interfere with conversation and use of telephone as well as enjoyment of radio and TV. Maximum acceptable limit of noise is 55 dB. Working efficiency. Decrease the working efficiency drastically. Experiments indicate that irregular bursts of noise are more disruptive than steady noise. Sound levels of 90 dB may interfere with the performance of tasks. Other effect: sleep interference, personal comfort interference, effect on wildlife, increase industrial accidents. Now we discuss about the major sources of noise. These are some major sources of noise: industrial sources, transport vehicles, household, public address system, agriculture, machines, defense equipments, and miscellaneous sources like automobile repairing shops, etc. Now we discuss about the industrial noise source. Progress in technology and industrialization has resulted in creating noise pollution. Textile mills, printing presses, engineering establishment and metal works, etc. contribute heavy towards noise pollution. In industrial cities like Kolkata, Ludhiana, Kanpur, etc., often the industrial zones are not separated from residential zones of the city, especially in case of small scale industries. These operate from workshops located on the ground floors of the residential areas and cause annoyance, discomfort and irritation to the residents exposed to the noise that is inevitably produced. The situation is much better in modern planned cities like Chandigarh, where the industrial areas is kept away from the residential areas and both are separated from each other by sufficiently wide green belt. Now we discuss about some industrial noise control strategy. Noise attenuation is achieved by decreasing the intensity or volume of sound in a controlled environment. There are many noise reduction strategies that can be employed in industrial settings. One of the most effective and logical approaches to noise attenuation are to install systems that minimize noise from start using control techniques such as damping. It is a method of reducing noise levels from chutes, hoppers, machines, machine guards, conveyors, panels, and more. Selecting an efficient equipment, selecting fans, compressors, PD blowers, and engines that operate effectively. Adjusting fan speed. Fan noise is in direct correlation with the fan speed, so simple adjustments can produce significant results. Controlling high pressure steams, natural gas, and other vent noises. Reducing noises from process exhaust stacks with attenuation, and acoustically treating roof exhausters and ventilating equipment. Closing, opening in enclosures and barrier walls required for utilities. Thank you.